Dr. Gregory Horton here, three-time Olympic medalist and world champion in track and field. Thank you all for subscribing to this channel. Today we're going to talk about Tina Clayton. Yes, the same Tina and Tia Clayton, but today we're going to focus on Tina Clayton because everyone wants to know, is this young developing athlete the next Merlene Ottey, the next Elaine Thompson, the next Shelly Ann Fraser-Pryce? Or what does the future hold for Tina Clayton? So I wanted to take the time to give my professional opinion on what I think about Tina Clayton and how far she can go in this track and field business. But before I go into that, I noticed a few months ago, after winning the championship, the under 20 championship, and she did her interview with the media, that a few people were harsh in terms of their criticism about how she presented herself. But I want to say this, that Tina is still young and developing, so we should not be as hard on her as we would on other adults. Now, do not judge her. I have watched several interviews with her, and for those who are native Jamaicans, you know, so we have a dialect, and somehow we feel comfortable speaking in our own dialect. And yes, there might be times when it is not appropriate based on the standard that is set, but nonetheless, Tina Clayton is an extremely intelligent young lady who is learning the business. So before we criticize her harshly, let us take the time to understand her and understand what she is up against. Now, as I said before, very intelligent young lady, not just in the classroom, but when you look on how she make decisions in her races, you know that this is one of our athletes that can go all the way. When I look at the twins, Tina, I realize why she is so mature when you compare her with her sister. Because as the eldest twin, she has a duty to make sure that she is the protector, the guide, and the support for her younger sibling, Tia. So when you listen to her interviews, you can tell that she is extremely mature, she's poised when it comes to making decisions, and she wants the best not just for herself but also for her sister. Now, one of the things I find with Tina that is extremely impressive, and I know that most people will overlook this, but as a professional athlete myself who experienced the ups and downs and how I was able to overcome a lot of the challenges, is because of that instinctive nature of protecting oneself and just knowing. And when I look at Tina, I see where she has that instinct, she has that awareness that is not taught. It is something that you are born with. And I know I might say this and some people may not understand it, but she has that killer instinct, the maturity, the willingness to adapt quickly, the ability to be aware of her surrounding and to make decisions that can advance her cause. Now, I must also say that her coach, Coach Dyke, is doing an excellent job in how he develops Tina. He's not trying to rush her to greatness. He is taking his time to make sure that the fundamentals are there. He's making sure that she's not burnt out. He's making sure that the proper mechanics and knowledge of the event is there, and that is something that we don't see. But what is most important is the way how he allow her to compete, is that he's running her sparingly, because he understands that when you're dealing with a developing athlete such as a Tina Clayton who can go all the way, that you must take time in developing those muscles, in developing the ability to adapt. So far, he's doing an excellent job. I think that as she gets older, as she matures, that you will see her performing at her best. Now, the only downside I find with the Clayton twins, especially Tina, is that if you look at their body size, you can see that if they're not careful, that she, as they mature, she may have issues with gaining weight. So that is something that they need to make sure that that is under control. But as I look at Tina, I can tell you that she is a champion in the making. Well, she's already a champion. But in terms of a future world champion, she can go all the way if she continues to get that support, that guidance. Then you will see her mature into the next Merlin Ottey, the next Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, the next Elaine Thompson. I wish her all the best in everything she does. And I pray that she will continue to develop into the champion that we expect her to be. I am Dr. Gregory Horton. Thank you very much for listening. Have a blessed day.